So, hello everyone. I hope your prelims went well. First, my quick take on prelims. I feel the prelims is on the expected lines. It's just as that of like last year's prelims. So, I don't see the cutoffs drastically falling down because there are some subjects from out of which the questions turned out to be very easy. Like for example, history, polity, science and technology and news. All those areas, the questions were very familiar. And I'm sure most aspirants would focus on static areas very diligently. So that's why I would say that the cutoff is not going to drastically come down. I think it's going to be on the same lines as what it was the last year, right? And in this session, let me just give you a walkthrough of the answers for all the different reading comprehension passages. There were a total of 29 passage questions, 3 more than last year. And I feel almost all the passage questions are doable, except 4 or 5 questions in passage where there is an ambiguity between 2 options, and even in those questions 2 of the options can be eliminated. So the ambiguity would actually be within 2 options, right? Except for those 4 or 5 questions where getting that one correct answer could be a bit difficult. Apart from that, I think at least for 20 questions it is actually doable when it comes to reading comprehension. And let me walk you through it. Let me explain to you, making you understand as to why do I feel that way, right? So what I'll do is, in the first 3 or 4 minutes, I'll simply just give you the answers for all the passages. So I think that will save a lot of time for the viewers, and those who are interested to watch the entire explanation that I'm going to give, you can watch slowly one passage after the other, the way I take it up and I discuss about it. Alright, so let's start with the question paper before us. What you find here before you on the slide is the question paper. So the series of question paper might be different with yours, but just go through the question and see what is the answer that I'm actually choosing for these questions. So for passage 1, this is about ecosystem and biodiversity and all of that. For that, my first question answer is option C. This would be my first take. And for second question from the same passage, my answer is option D, neither 1 nor 2, right? So you can mark whether your response is also similar to this or not. And the second passage, this is regarding this renewable energy and solar energy and all of that. For passage 2, for question number 3, my answer is option D. Okay, and for the same passage, for question number 4, my answer is option B, Bombay. Alright, now let's move on to question number 11. Okay, question number 11, this is a passage regarding disasters, each state having its own challenges, its own opportunities, right? For that passage. So for that question, for the question number 11, my answer is option D. So this is rightly marked. And for question number 12, my answer is option A. So this is also correctly marked. Okay, so now moving on to the next passage. Next passage is about social inequality, poverty, insecurities. So that is the passage. And for that, for question number 13, my answer is option D, Delhi. So this is rightly marked. For question number 14, my answer is option A. This is also correctly marked. So as you can see, the student has rightly marked for most of these responses, but then there are certain differences as well. So let's move on. So the next passage would be about question number 21, which is about agricultural sector, whether it's growing fast like other sectors or not. So that's the passage. And for question number 21, my answer is option A. This is right. And for question number 22, my answer is option D. So this is also right. The next passage, it's about handlooms, and why people are not wearing handlooms these days. So that's the passage, right? So for that, my question number 23, my answer is option, the first statement, A. This is right. Okay, and for 24, my answer would be D. So this is also right, rightly marked by this aspirant. So that's fine. Now we move on to next passage. This is about higher education passage. So in that passage, for question number 31, my answer is option D, Delhi, right? And for 32, my answer is option A. So this is also rightly marked. Fine. Next passage. If there is inequality in the pattern of population growth, okay, so this is about that animal feed, how much of feed conversion takes place and all of that passage. So for question number 33, the answer for me is B, Bombay. That is also rightly marked. For 34, my answer again is B, Bombay. So the student has marked that correctly as well. So now moving on to passage number 41. So this is about household emissions. The next passage is about household emissions, whether they have to cut down to zero levels or not. So that is a passage. And for question number 41, my answer would be A. Okay, so I'll explain to you why. Question number 42, my answer is something I would personally go with C, but even if you have marked A, I think you still have a chance of getting it right. Okay, so for question number 42, my option is C or A. Any of that would be right. And the next passage is regarding raw material consumption. Okay, regarding battery materials, supply chain being disrupted, all of that. So for that passage, my answer for question number 43 is D. Okay, the student has actually left it unmarked, but I would go with D. All right. And for 44, for this, I would go with Bombay. So this is rightly marked. That's fine. Okay. So next passage is regarding climate change and spread of diseases, all of that. So for question number 51, my answer would be Bombay, B. So this is also correctly marked. And 52, my answer would be C. This is also rightly marked by the aspirant. So the next passage is regarding the need for opposition, what makes a good statesman. So that is the passage. For 53 question, my answer is D, rightly marked. 54, again my answer is D, Delhi. That's also correctly marked. Okay. So next passage. Okay, next passage is regarding corporate capitalism and its potential to generate jobs, all of that. So question number 61. For 61, my answer is B. 62, my answer is C. So the same as what the aspirant has marked. So as you can see, the aspirant's answers and my answers go hand in hand. So it feels like the paper is not so difficult. Reading comprehension passage as well, it's actually doable. So 63, my answer is A for the 3-line passage, for the very short passage, right? The answer is A, rightly marked by the aspirant as well. And question number 71 would be the next passage. In the next passage, this is about inflation, about a CPI, WPI. So here as well, we both have the same answer. 71 is B, that's right. And for the next passage, based on trust, right? So there we have a difference of opinion. My answer is D. Trust is important, though it entails risk. But the aspirant has marked C, so there is a difference of opinion here. All right. So I'll also attach now an image of all the key of this particular question paper. I'll give a link to my Telegram channel. In my Telegram channel, you'll find that image. You can just click link to the Telegram channel, come and get a handout of all the answer key of all reading comprehension passages. So what I'll do in the next upcoming video is give you an entire explanation for all these questions as to why these would be my answers, right?